Hi, I'm David Phelps from Dallas, Texas. Now you might be asking, what's with the chains? Well, I'm known as the Break the Chains guy. Break the chains from what? Listen, I'm on a mission. No, I'm on a crusade to help other small business owners and entrepreneurs literally break the chains from their existing businesses, those businesses which really become also known as a self-employed job. What's the purpose of a business? Is the purpose of a business for us to adapt and fit our business to let the business run us? If that's the case, then what's the point? Why have a business if it turns out that it just straps us down, chains us down, so that we have to serve that business day in and day out? The purpose of a business is to serve your lifestyle, to give you the peace of mind, the freedom, the options, the security, the time off, time with your family that you deserve. So what happens? What happens when we start with this dream to own or start up a business? Where does it all go wrong? Just like most of you watching this video, I grew up with the vision or the dream, the American dream, to own my own business, to start my own business, to be an entrepreneur, to be my own boss. So I started out very early, many years ago, and got the education I needed. And then 30 years ago, I launched my first business. By industry or society standards, that business was successful. But the problem is, unless I was there in that business working every day, providing the deliverables or the service, then that business would not be profitable. In fact, that business would cease to exist. So again, the problem is we are typically chained to our businesses. Now that's not to say that there's not a sacrifice period that we all must go through, especially when we're starting a business. We have to put in the time and the capital and wear all the hats initially to get the systems and operations in place. But most small business owners and entrepreneurs never get past that initial sacrifice period. In fact, they end up sacrificing their entire life away and never get truly free from the business. And if they ever get to a point of time of retirement, there's not very much to show for it. So they spent their whole life just working with no freedom, no time off, often sacrificing their health and their time with their family. Stress levels are up. It's not a good scene. It's got to change. Now, folks, I'm here to tell you that that's not the way it was meant to be. That's not the way it should be. And the whole problem starts right here in our own mindset. You see, I started and ran my own life for about 20 years that very same way. For 20 years, I was on a treadmill, working very, very hard, providing a good, secure lifestyle for my family, but I sacrificed my time with my family. I sacrificed my own health, my stress levels were up, and it was all for just some fuzzy future down the road somewhere that there would be some future benefit. That was the dream I had. Is that like the dream that you have, the dream you have today, but you just don't know where it's going to ever open up and become true? Now, I did one other thing that no one else told me to do. Not my parents, not my teachers, no one in the community told me to do this, but while I was still in school and college and getting ready to get out and graduate and start my own business, I learned how to acquire and manage single-family residential real estate as an investment, because I knew somewhere down the road I would need something else besides what I learned how to do. And over time, I built up enough passive income through the real estate assets that I acquired to actually give me more time off away from my business. And as a result, I was able to work more on the business and make the business really a better, true running business, not so much dependent on me. And it's a good thing I did that, because in 2004, out of the blue, my only child, my daughter Jenna, who was 12 at the time, was diagnosed with end-stage liver failure. And there's no dialysis for a liver. Either you get a transplant or you don't, or you die. Well, fortunately, she received a transplant, and the next year and a half was very, very complicated with recovery in and out of the hospital. Well, because my business was not dependent upon me, I could be free to be with Jenna, whether she was sick or she was well. That's the whole key. The business could run without me being there. It could be profitable. It could provide me still additional income, whether I was there or whether I was not. See, that's the purpose of a plan B. If you haven't needed a plan B to this point in your lifetime, then you're very blessed. But what if, just in case? What is your plan B? Do you have one? Could you be out of your own business for weeks at a time, for months, even a year? What would happen if you were? And so I'm putting together a product right now, a product that will be ready in 90 days or less. And it would be incredible to have Mike and Pam help me with this product, to put it together, to get it to market. And so your feedback, and especially your votes, would be so much appreciated if you find that this information would be helpful to help many others, maybe even people just like you. This product will show any business owner how to replace themselves in their current business. Because that's, again, the problem. That's where we all start, as the doer, as the technician, the provider of services, or the maker of the widgets. When we learn that we can create or acquire real assets that can then replace us by providing passive income, then we can work in our business as we wish to, when we want to, if we want to. In the meantime, we have a more profitable and a more valuable business because it's not dependent upon us. So what are these capital assets? Well, the first one to start with is your own business, the business that you created, the business that you now run, or maybe it runs you because it's a job. So the first thing we do is we show the business owner how to create systems and operations, how to delegate and outsource, how to create barriers to access. Just like I did when I had to be away from my practice when my daughter was sick 5 hours away in the hospital undergoing major surgery and recovery. This can be done, and I'll show you how to do it. As a result, your business now becomes more profitable because the numbers are more bankable, and investors or other buyers will see it that way. But even if you don't want to sell it, you've got a business now that you can enter in as you wish to. You can be there and do the things that you like to do, and then leave when you don't want to do anymore, and let the business continue to run when you're not there. Now, once the business owner's business is really running like a real business, giving them more time off, the business is more valuable, maybe they've even sold part or all the business. The next thing to do is to, again, create or acquire more capital assets. That could be another business, or my favorite capital asset is residential real estate, because there's no better time right now than ever to be involved. And I know most people think of rental property as a nauseating feeling, a vision of bad tenants and evictions and property torn up. Well, I get it, because again, that's the way it is for most people if they run that type of a program like a hobby or as an amateur. Just like your own business, if you don't run it like a business, then it will run you. Same thing with rental property. But another key point is I've got a whole program that shows you how to control the property, control the investment asset, the real estate, without owning it. It's a key principle that most people have never seen before, and you can do it today. You can also do it in such a way that you can involve your retirement account, your self-directed IRA, and actually invest and retire tax-free, so that all the profits, all the gains from your assets that you acquire can come back to you in distributions that are totally 100% tax-free, and those same assets and distributions can be passed on to your heirs who you designate, again, tax-free, and they can take tax-free distributions throughout their life. What a great legacy to leave. What peace of mind, what security can you have? And you can do it today like never before. This product will go through the whole nuts and bolts, A to Z, and have a break the chains action plan that will take you through step by step how to set this up, how to systematize it, how to make it so that you don't have to be involved in it like you were in your business. This whole plan can be really outsourced to a very great degree, so you can travel as I do now today and don't have to be, again, chained to my business or chained to rental property. We have a real opportunity, and it's what I call the real estate wealth transfer system. And by transferring the wealth that's out there today to you, then you'll create freedom for the rest of your life. But you have to decide which side of the transfer you want to be on. Because if you sit back and do nothing, guess which side you will be on? You'll be on the losing side, while somebody else, maybe me or other people who have taken action, will be on the real estate wealth transfer side. So come on with me, get on that side, let's do it together. I'll show you how to have freedom and do it in less than 5 years. You can be completely done and sail the Caribbean if you want to, but it's all about you and your lifestyle.
When you're ready to break the chains, comment below and visit www.breakthechainsbox.com. That's www.breakthechainsbox.com.